very excited to talk to you both. I absolutely love this. I love these kind of comedies. Mostly because I want the amount of friends all these people seem to have. I don't know why. I have friends, but I don't have enough friends where I'm like, we're gonna get a group of 20 people together and be like one night where everyone's available. And it's such
I
just
don't have that either.
it's
Don't
just a
feel
weird
bad.
thing.
I know that's with a movie about a nuclear bomb headed straight for them. That's the most unrealistic aspect of the film is that everyone in their 40s could get together.
That and then they'd give up their phones willingly
Right.
without
Yes.
without some kind of like, well, the babysitter, or this is gonna happen, I'm waiting for a call from work, or just in this day and age, just so I can TikTok when other people are boring to me. I don't want to make eye contact as well. So I guess if you could please introduce me to Jack and Jill and tell me a little bit about each of them.
Well, we play Jack and Jill, and I am a podcaster and kind of a wannabe influencer, I would say. And this is their 40th birthday party, and they're getting all of their best friends together at this Airbnb, this kind of fancy Airbnb that Jill's podcast is paying for. And some secrets are revealed throughout the night because I don't think that Jill has been completely honest with her loving husband, played by Justin Bartha. Take it
Thanks, Anna. Yeah, Jack is Anna's husband. He's a teacher. He's a bit of a stoner, and some might say has an issue with marijuana. And he loves his wife dearly, but he finds out that maybe she hasn't been overly honest with him about something involving having a child. And yeah, so he's a bit of a Luddite, so he doesn't he misses the old times. He kind of is stuck in the nostalgia of his relationship when his wife and him were just there was no phone and there was no maybe podcast. So I'd say he's a romantic and he's a mess.
I do want to ask, because I think I have had a couple. Have you ever had, and you have to explain what it was, but one night where something just changed on a dime, where you're like, this changed my life. That one night that affected me, whether it was a party, whether it was ayahuasca, whether it was something where you're just like, okay, yeah, readjusting everything, everything is in focus in a different way now.
Derek, I have a feeling yours was ayahuasca.
It could have been. It could have been. It could have been.
Tell us, Derek.
I could have.
Tell us about
You
it.
know what? That's a different movie for a different time, with
Okay.
with a much longer title name. I think, unfortunately, on that one. So, but have either of you had like a day or a moment like that where you're just like you just kind of reassess yourself to whether it was out doing something with friends or out somewhere?
Yeah, I feel like I have
Yeah,
that
for sure.
constantly. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, Anna.
No. I've like same for me. Like I feel like I have that all the time. Like I feel like it's something that's already in the back of my mind though, that's been like gradually happening like over the past year or years or months or something. And then that one night where I just like can't do it anymore. And then I see the world differently and clearer. And then everybody around me is like, Anna, we've been telling you, blah, 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 such and such a thing. So, but yeah, I feel like it's more of a gradual thing for me. And then like the night will happen and I'll wake up out of something and I'll be better for it. Hopefully.
Now, this is an all-star cast. I love everyone here. I'm a big fan of everybody in this cast. So can you tell me a little bit about like how this cast worked together? I mean, how long was this shoot? Was it pretty quick, or was it something where you guys got to kind of relax a little bit into each other? A lot of times it just kind of gets thrown together and let's make it happen. So.
No, it was definitely it's an indie movie, so we didn't have a long time to shoot it. I think what was it like 18 to 20 days or something around there.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think the cast is so wonderful, and we did have a few days before, and we tried, we had some table reads, and we really tried to explore the characters with Dina Kashper, the director, beforehand, and try to get it into a really good place. And then when we all got to the shoot, we spent a bunch of time together and really wanted to find, these people have known each other since college for like 20 years. And so much of the movie is about how, long relationships can change just like that in an extreme situation. So a lot of it was finding out, what the history with these people were and building on that, because so much of the comedy comes from their past.
I also have to ask, I guess, on a scale of very chill, maybe at 1 and 10 being unbelievably paranoid, where are you guys on your high scale? Like, where do you fall in a party where you're like, okay, this is what he does every time, or this is what she does. It's just, so a paranoid is a 10 and a chill is a 1. Where are you guys on that scale on a regular kind of outing like this, I guess?
It depends on where I'm at in my life. I mean, I think the older I got, the more paranoid I got. But then, you do a little work on yourself, and maybe the sun's shining and you're with the right person, and sometimes it's a 1. What about you, Anna?
Well, thank God I'm not like a 10 like Jill is in this movie. I've never, thank God, been a 10 like that. But yeah, I think it just depends on like who you're with and where you are and what the environment is. But I definitely think I've actually gotten more chill the older I've gotten. I used to be super uptight and paranoid, and like, growing up in the South, coming from like pretty strict parents, I was always worried I was going to be like getting in trouble or doing something wrong. And now I'm like, oh, I'm like 42, honey. Like, I'm just relaxed and the happiest I've ever been. So yeah.
That's awesome. When I have to say, that question did come up from Jill, essentially going to paranoia. Was it fun to get to that moment where you're like questioning everything, everyone, every second?
Oh yeah, it was one of my favorite like scenes in the movie, because you get to go that high. You get to like, and she's the one that goes the craziest and has the most anxiety and the most paranoia. So it definitely was like one of the funnest parts of the film for me to get to do, and just to see how each character reacted to her and what I was doing, and looking at my husband for help and like, please save me, and can he step up and save me in this moment? And I think the whole cast really like rallied together. Especially, we were down in that basement shooting for a long time, though, that scene, like, it's a very long scene split up into like several sections. But yeah, that was super exciting and really fun to act completely bonkers.
And then when it came to Jack as well, he kind of had his boiling point too. So what was the order? Was it shot out of order, or did you just have to be like, today's a 10, I gotta like let it all out?
Yeah. No, it was shot out of order for sure. I mean, that's funny because I'd say the most common conversation we had as actors during the entire shoot was, okay, what is the high scale or the drunk scale? Because we all had to kind of be on the same wavelength. So, it was definitely like clocking the amount of liquor and weed that we had, and where we were was the most confusing aspect of the shoot for sure.
Yeah.
The other part that I did enjoy was like, it's just like strengthens friendships too. Like, there was that really part too. So was that talking about the actors, about how it was just, I'm sure it was all on the page too, but how this kind of affected them in the way that they understand things like this can strengthen people. Like, we can be so much closer now. Like, we're gonna be at everyone's soccer games now, kind of thing.
Well, the truth shall set you free. They don't say that for not a reason. It's like, it's very true. I'm sorry, I'm so jet lagged.
I love it.
I'm not high. I'm not high right now. I promise you I'm not high. But it's true.
You're just maintaining. You're just maintaining. It's fine.
I'm maintaining, you're right. I'm just microdosing. It's fine.
Macrodosing?
True, right? Like, you get to be closer when you know someone's truth, and when friendships and marriages and all relationships, I think. So
You know what? I am going to ask this because I have talked to a bunch of people over the years and have been at parties and stuff too. What was your first kind of foray when it came to Hollywood and how people talk about drugs and how they use it to like, oh, I just Xanax this or I Valium that or I do whatever else. Like, have you run into like stories or people or whatever where it's just like, this is just the daily things we do, like the microdosing, mushrooms on a Tuesday kind of thing, you know?
Wow.
Without giving names out, of course.
I mean, I think, the microdosing thing, it's funny because that's been like, since the pandemic, I think that's really become like the norm where it's just people trying to cope and self-medicate, and just survive in our current society. But, I think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are people do drugs in every industry, I mean, certainly when I was younger, you see it everywhere, and you're not aware of it. Or sometimes you are. I don't know. It's a tough question. I think
All right.
like everyone, a lot of people do drugs in Hollywood. Certainly, people did more drugs in the past. Now
Right.
it seems like it's a little more tame, maybe,
I
don't
feel
you think?
like Gen Z and the people coming up, they're not drinking, they're not doing drugs, they're into therapy, they're meditating. I feel like
Yeah.
there's been a huge shift of like living cleanly.
Right.
Boring.
Right. Although I have met actors and their personalities felt like I was on drugs. Like I met some people
Right.
who were like,
Too.
yeah, wow, that's insane. Of course,
Name
this is.
names, Eric.
I could. You've worked with a couple. I'm not going to talk about it a couple of times too, but we'll talk about that another time. We're out of time, but I'm excited for both. Miracle on 74th and Scream 7 are going to be so much fun coming up too. So hopefully we'll talk to you about those as well. And I hope we get a chance to see you microdosing and relaxing yourselves out in the Hollywood way. If you want to share lists about who we think is on drugs in Hollywood, we can do that after the fact some other time. So
That sounds great.
sounds
Love
good.
it, Eric. So good
Thanks,
talking.
Be
Derek.
good. Have a great day. Thank you all.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.